Week 5 is in the books. Week 6 is here. You already know what time it is. It's another episode of All Smoke, All 32 with Aaron Givens. Now, almost at the mid-season point, doing pretty okay at 44-34 on the season. Looking to try to still get one of those perfect weeks. I always start off my episodes leading into a new week apologizing to the teams that I thought were going to lose, but they didn't. First, I'd like to shout out to the G-Men beating the Packers in London. Impressive win. Vikes eking out a win against a division opponent in the Bears. Titans getting a last-second pick against the Commanders and eking out a 4-point win. Jets figuring out how to just win all 4 quarters, even with the unfortunate circumstance that the Dolphins are dealing with, and starting their third-string quarterback after losing Teddy Bridgewater to the first offensive play. Chargers gritting it out, tough, good win against a Browns team who honestly, again, if can figure out to somehow manage a few more wins before Deshaun Watson gets back, that Browns team might be very, very scary. You know, Eagles still undefeated. The first time in franchise history that they have won this many games without losing. As long as they continue to win, they will continue to stretch history out. And I really feel this Eagles team is way scarier. And I really feel as long as they stay healthy, and I know that's hard in the NFL, but in the key parts where they know they can afford to lose somebody, the Eagles may just be running to the Super Bowl. It's early or just at the past quarter point, but you never know. Chiefs figuring out a way to get a division win against a Raiders team that really showed like they wanted it, but just couldn't come up. And I really feel it's going to be a rocky road for these Raiders, and with Josh McDaniels as just another tough loss for them, and the Chiefs just staying stout, love playing comeback and figuring out a way to get another W. Last but not least, how about those Cowboys? Cooper Rush still getting it done. Mike McCarthy showing he belongs there, taking his back up and just continuously to beat decent teams like the Rams. Shout out to the Cowboys. Now, those teams that I knew could get it done, the Colts beating those Broncos in a primetime game. Nobody really thought they could do it, but I did. Pats shutting out the Lions. That's a tough loss for the Lions. Hope they could bounce back after that one. The Bucks, Tom Brady. I mean, we all know what we've seen in regards to him getting tackled and then them calling it roughing the passer. Tom Brady didn't even know what it was. He was going over to the ref, running his mouth like, what was that? And then as soon as the refs, you seen it say roughing the pass, Tom Brady, yeah, let's go. Refs, we got to do better. If we're going to try to botch something, if we're going to try to really call a call, make sure it's not filmed in a way where we can obviously see that somebody textbook sacked this man and he still got a penalty. That was very, very bad, but shout out to the Bucks. Bills. I'm telling y'all, like I said in the beginning of the season, the Bills ain't nothing to play with. And I mean, I know they got the Chiefs this week, and we'll get there when it get there, but shout out to the Bills. Saints, that was a great, great game against the Seahawks and figuring out a way to just stay with it and getting the W. Shout out to the Saints. 49ers, eking through, cruising through, back-to-back wins. Shout out to the Niners. The Ravens, tough division win. Sunday Night Football, getting the W like I said they would because Lamar wants his money. Last but not least, your boys finally got a win. 9 straight against the Jags. Listen, I know that we probably are only going to win maybe 2 to 3 more games. Who knows? But being the only team in the NFL without a win and then getting one, it's a sigh of relief. Shout out to the Texans, man. Here we go. Commanders at Bears, Windy City. We know as football fans at this point in the season, probably either of these teams are not going to make the playoffs. However, as a football fan, if you really look at this matchup, it's so crazy because statistically, these teams form a great game against each other. Now, you have to understand that Washington has a horrible pass defense, and the Bears have a horrible run defense. So when you mix these two type of defenses that have struggling issues, it can go ahead and turn into a pretty decent scoring game. Now, Fields coming off arguably his best game of his career in the NFL, having 208 yards and a touchdown. And unfortunately, they lost a good game that he performed in due to a lost strip fumble at the end of the fourth quarter. Now, Wentz, on the other hand, keeping his team in it and finding a way to almost win with over 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, but throwing a pick that cost them a game on the goal line. So, I mean, both of these teams really struggling. Of course, the Bears got one more win than the Commanders. You know, I really feel Fields could take advantage of the fact that the Commanders arguably probably have the worst corner in the league with Kendall Fuller. He's giving away yards like people trick or treating for candy. And like, just give me. You know, it's like the people that put the bowl there with the sign and they say, please only take a few pieces so other people. Man, everybody who's seeing that bowl, that's Kendall Fuller. Give me that candy. Like it's bad. I think the rating percentage completing on him is over 130. And you know, Fields not being the best passing quarterback, that can be a problem. Montez Sweat, though, on the other side of the ball for the Washington Redskins is really looking like he can hold it down while Young is still out and trying to figure out a way to get back on the D-line to help the Commanders, coming off of 2 sacks and really putting the pressure on Ryan Tannehill last week. You know, on the other side, though, the Bears really looking for a rookie running back to step behind Montgomery, as Montgomery had another great game. Even with showing that the Washington run defense is pretty stout. Now, Henry did run over 100 yards, but he barely averaged over 3 yards a carry. And I really feel Chicago can go ahead and make sure that they can find a way to get into this this Commanders defense in regards to opening up holes and allowing the play action pass, knowing that Washington's pass defense is not that great. So looking at this and knowing that Washington kind of starts off slow and they pick up later. But the interesting thing about the Bears defense is they only allowed 1 touchdown in the second half throughout the whole season, but allowing 18 touchdowns in the first half. So this is going to be pretty interesting in regards to the stats and how they align up. And I honestly think that Scary Terry is going to go off and have a great game. And I don't think the Bears defense is going to be able to stop the Commanders due to the fact that they're going to be able to open up the pass with the run game. I honestly think that this game is going to be pretty close, but then slide away later into the fourth quarter. And I got the Commanders winning on the road 28-17. This is all I have for this episode with All Smoke, All 32. And I can't wait to see you guys for my Week 6 picks. See ya.